Hi students, in the last video we discussed about reflexive relation and irreflexive relation. Now coming to the symmetric relation. A relation is said to be symmetric relation if A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A must belongs to R. If A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A must belongs to R. So that is nothing but symmetric relation. Now coming to the example straight away, if A equal to, or suppose A comma B comma C, now the first one is R equals to pi. Now see, what is symmetric? If A comma B belongs to R, then only B comma A belongs to R. Here no AB, that's why no need to check for BA. So that clearly it obeys symmetric rule. Pi. Why? Because no element present here. Now coming to second example, that is R equal to A cross A. So what is A cross A? Let us check this diagram. Now the elements are A, B, C, and here also A, B, C. Now it is AA, AB, AC, BA, BB, and BC, CA, CB, and finally CC. Now see, A cross A contains all these elements. Now if BA is there, AB also present in this relation. If CA is there, AC also present in the relation. And coming to the diagonal elements, AA, if you interchange AA, what we get? AA. So that AA present in the relation, BB, CC. So that no problem with the diagonals. Why? Because AA, BB, CC, if you interchange all these diagonal elements, it obeys symmetric rule. And if you interchange CB, then we get BC present in this A cross A. That's why it is also a symmetric relation. Now coming to the next one, AA, BB, and CC definitely says yes. Why? Because every diagonal elements obeys symmetric rule. Why? Because if you interchange the elements, we get the same value. That also present in the relation. Now coming to the next one, A comma A, no problem with A comma A, A comma B. So if A comma B is there, then we must have B comma A. So it is about symmetric relation. Now for suppose A comma B, B comma C, and A comma C. See here, if A comma B is there, we must have B comma A. So here no B comma A element present in this relation. That's why it does not obey a symmetric relation. So definitely no. See, what is the main condition of symmetric relation? If A comma B present in this relation, then only we need to check for B comma A. Otherwise no need to check for B comma A. So that's why pi is said to be a symmetric relation. Why? Because here no A comma B. That's why no need to check for B comma A. So it obeys symmetric relation. Now coming to the anti-symmetric relation. So very important one. Antisymmetric relation. Now, a relation is said to be antisymmetric if, so here the definition is very important, if A comma B belongs to R and B comma A belongs to R, then it must satisfy the condition that is A equal to B, which means that if A comma B belongs to R, then we never have B comma A in that relation, and we have B comma A. When it is possible? If A equal to, so you please observe this clearly. If A comma B belongs to R and B comma A belongs to R, then we must have A equal to B. For suppose if A is not equal to B, if A comma B belongs to R, then clearly B comma A must not belongs to relation. Simply, if these two belongs to the relation, clearly A equal to B. If A not equal to B, if A comma B belongs to R, then clearly B comma A must not belongs to R. Now let us come to the example. For suppose A equal to ABC. Now the first one is R equal to pi. Clearly, if we have A comma B, then only we need to check for B comma A. Here no A comma B, no B comma C. Just why? It is a antisymmetric relation. Why? Because no element present here. From the definition, if we have A comma B, then only we need to check for B comma A or whatever it may be. No element present here, that's why no need to check for B comma A and all. So that it obeys antisymmetric relation also. Now coming to the relation of A cross A. Clearly A cross A. Coming to the A cross A. So what is A cross A? Now see, this is A cross A. Now A comma A, no problem with this. Why? Because if you interchange this, we can have A comma A, which means that A equal to B. So in place of B we have A. So no problem with the diagonal elements. Clearly BA, so these two are different, which means that A is not equal to B. So we cannot have A comma B. If B comma A is present in the relation, we cannot have A comma B. But in the Cartesian product of A cross A, B comma A and A comma B is there. From the definition of antisymmetric, so what we have, if A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A must not belongs to R if A is not equal to B. Here B, A both are two different values. So if B, A is present in that relation, so AB must not present in the relation. But in A cross A, AB is present. That's why it is not obeys antisymmetric relation. So it is not an antisymmetric. Now coming to the third example. So A comma A, B comma B and C comma C. So if you interchange this A comma A, which means that A equal to A. So A equal to B here. If you interchange these two elements, A equal to A, so B equal to B and C equal to C. No problem with this. So it obeys antisymmetric relation. For suppose A comma B, B comma C and A comma A. So this is the perfect example what we need. So here A comma B is the two different values. Here if you interchange B comma A comma B, what we get? B comma A. So if these two are different values, which means that A is not equal to B here, strictly. So if A comma B present in this relation, so B comma A never present in the relation. So here no B comma A, so no problem with this A comma B. If B comma C present here, so we never have C comma B. So C comma B also never present in this relation. Now coming to A comma A. So if interchange this, we can get A comma A. Okay, that which means that A equal to A. So it is a perfect example of antisymmetric relation. Why? Because if A comma B is there, we have B comma A. Whenever it is possible, A equal to B only. But here A, B, two different values. So we never have B comma A. If you have B comma A, clearly A equal to A. It is possible only when A equal to A. So that antisymmetric relation obeys clearly for diagonal elements. For diagonal elements only. Now A comma B, B comma A comma A and B comma B. Clearly here A comma B, so and B comma A. So if A comma B present in this relation, so B comma A must not present in the relation. But here B comma A is present, so it is not said to be antisymmetric relation. No problem this A comma A, so A equal to A here, B equal to B here, but if A comma B is present, why? Because these two are different values, so we never have B comma A, but we have B comma A, that's why it is not said to be an antisymmetric relation. Clearly antisymmetric is a against of symmetry. Now coming to asymmetric. So third one in this family. So asymmetric relation. So a relation is said to be asymmetric if A comma B belongs to R, then clearly B comma A does not belongs to R. So perfect. If A comma B belongs to R, for any value, if A equal to B or whatever it may be the values, B comma A must not present in the relation. If A comma B is present, if A comma B is present only, then we need to check for B comma A. Otherwise, no problem. So for suppose A equal to A comma B comma C. Now coming to the examples, R equal to pi. Clearly it is asymmetric relation. Why? Because there is no A comma B which belongs to R. So here it is an empty. No A comma B present here. That's why no need to check for B comma A present or not. So clearly R equal to pi is a asymmetric relation. Now coming to A comma A. Clearly it is not. Why? Because coming to the Cartesian product, we have all diagonal elements, and A comma Cartesian product contains all these values, A comma B present and B comma A also present in that relation. That's why clearly A cross A is not to be a asymmetric relation. Now A comma A, B comma B and C comma C. So if you interchange the elements here, A comma A, what we get? A comma A. So it is not possible in asymmetric relation. That's why it is not said to be a asymmetric relation. Why? Because what is asymmetric? If A comma B is present in the relation, B comma A must not present in the relation. So if A comma A is here, if you interchange this, what we get? A comma A. So that it obeys symmetry. That's why it is not asymmetric. If A comma B, B comma C, A comma C. So clearly here A comma B is there, but not B comma A, so no problem with this. B comma C is there, but not C comma B, so no problem. A comma C is there, but not C comma A, no problem with this. So clearly it is asymmetric relation. Why? Because no B comma A, no C comma B, no C comma A. And finally, clearly not. Why? Because A comma A, problem with all these two elements. And finally, if A comma B is present here A comma B is present, and B comma A also. So if A comma B is present, we never have B comma A, but here two order pairs are present in this relation, and A comma A. So what happens if you interchange these two? We get symmetry. So clearly it is not a symmetric relation. So this is all about symmetric, anti-symmetric and asymmetric. In the coming video we will discuss about transitive relation and inverse relation. Okay students, thank you, bye.